Happy New Year. I'm back, bitches. I've missed you guys so much. I'm so happy to be back. This is literally my favorite season for wrestling. The Royal Rumble WrestleMania season is the best season for professional wrestling in my opinion. There's so much going on, so much news, and let's jump in to the most exciting announcement that we received a few weeks ago with the historic monumental match, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, I'm so elated for this. I think it is long overdue, and I just think it's going to be a really fun match. Now, I will say I am a little bit more excited for this match than the traditional men's Royal Rumble, just because it's the first ever and I feel like it's going to be really fun and memorable. So I want to give you guys my predictions because I know a lot of you were asking me who I think is going to win, who I want to win, and I'm going to separate this into a few different categories. I'm going to give my actual prediction, like the most realistic prediction I think, and who I legitimately want as a fan. So without further ado. So to start off, going on WWE.com, I'm going to read off all of the names that are so far confirmed for the Women's Royal Rumble match. We have Asuka, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, Naomi, Natalia, Paige, which I will get into, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Tamina, Lana, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke, and Alicia Fox. That is a total of 19 women. So I heard a lot of sources say that there's going to be a lot of returns. WWE reached out to former women from the past like Molly Holly, Michelle McCool, so on and so forth. Whether they accept the offer or not is up in the air. However, I'm going to say some obvious choices who are going to be back in the Rumble for their returns. The Bella Twins, definitely. That takes us up to 21 women. Going into some NXT women, I have to go with my idols, my queens, the iconic duo, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. They are definitely going to make their Royal Rumble debut here, and I'm just so excited for them. They're everything. Sticking with NXT women, I also would have to throw in Nikki Cross, just because I feel like she would add a certain unique mystique to the Royal Rumble match, and she's such an anomaly, and I love her so much. So we are up to a total of 24 women here. I have to throw in some obvious legends. Trish Stratus, 25. Lita would be 26. I also think with the recent success of the Netflix show Glow, it would make sense for WWE to call up Karma and see if she would be interested in doing a one-off. She could also have a one-off stare down with Nia Jax. I think that would be really interesting and fun to see. So that is number 27. Now, there's a couple of other big rumors going around, and I'll leave this lady for last, but I have to fill out 2 more spots before I name the big name that's rumored. So, I know you guys are going to hate me for this, but I think it would make sense to put in Eva Marie. Oh, I see all the dislikes. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. But realistically, think of it from my perspective. Take an objective look and think, Eva's such a heat magnet, right? She would get booed out of the building, right? But here's the thing. She's on good terms with WWE. She recently defended the business against that porn star Mia Khalifa, who was being an ignorant cunt, let's be real. And Eva put her in her place. She dragged her, and I was absolutely here for that. So whether you like Eva or not, at least she defended the business. So stop hating on her. Just a little bit, guys, please. Another reason I think Eva should be included is because she did eliminate Asuka in a Battle Royal from January 2016 on an NXT episode, in which Carmella ultimately won that Battle Royal, but she did Eva did eliminate Asuka. You can go back and check it out. You could type in Eva Marie eliminates Asuka on YouTube and it'll come up, for those of you who don't watch NXT or are unfamiliar with it. So Eva definitely makes sense to be in, just for a one-off appearance. And another girl that I'm thinking, I mean, there's a few that I would love to see. I would love to see Candice Michelle in, just because I grew up idolizing her. She's amazing. I would love to see Victoria in, because again, I grew up idolizing her. She's incredible, and she still wrestles to this day, so she's a little bit more likely in my opinion. I could also see Beth Phoenix being included in the Rumble. So any one of those women, including like Michelle McCool, Candice Michelle, Molly Holly, Ivory, any of those girls I think will be in. Not all of them, obviously, because they don't have enough room for everybody, but I definitely think one or two of them will definitely be in. And for the number 30 spot, of course, Ronda Rousey is going to be in. Now, a lot of people said she's filming a movie in Colombia, but at the end of the day, I mean, they try to swerve us all the time. I think she'll definitely be in, just because, you know, they really do want to push that Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey match super hard for WrestleMania, and I understand why. It's a money match, and I get that from a business perspective. Now, the only way that they could really protect Asuka is if Asuka defeats Alexa Bliss on the 25th anniversary Raw show, and Asuka doesn't have to be in the Royal Rumble. Alexa just takes that spot. That's really the only way to make Asuka look strong and to keep her without having to deal with that match and getting eliminated by whoever, whether it be Ronda Rousey or whoever. So getting to the main point of this video, who I want to win and who I think is going to win. I'm going to dissect it, like I said, into a couple different categories. I'm going to give my predictions on who I think will have the most eliminations, the Iron Woman of the match, who's going to last the longest. So who I think is going to realistically win the Royal Rumble, this is a really tough one. It's either going to be Asuka or Ronda Rousey, but I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey because she's a celebrity. It's a business, you know, so they see more money in that feud with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey, even though I don't want that at all. I think that's incredibly underwhelming. You know, I think Ronda's time has come and gone, in my opinion. You know, she's not as hot as she used to be in terms of her popularity. But, of course, it's a business, so they're looking at it from a business objective, and I get that. But I don't agree with it. Who I want to win is Paige. And I'm going to jump into the injury in a second. But as of right now, January 14th, 2018, it is the Sunday before Raw. So a lot of news outlets are definitely reporting that Paige has been forced to retire by the WWE doctors because of a kick that Sasha Banks delivered to Paige a few weeks ago at a house show. It was a very severe kick to her back of her neck area, and it was a huge stinger, but it developed into something more. So unfortunately, I don't know right now because WWE has not confirmed, nor has Paige. So I think we just have to wait it out. Paige was actually my realistic pick to win the Rumble. And, you know, she came off of something so crazy last year with Del Rio, with the sex tapes being leaked and her injury. And she comes back, and not even for a month, and Sasha injures her. Accidentally, of course. Now, this is not Sasha's fault. I mean, in a way, yeah, of course it is, because she's the one that did the move to Paige. But, you know, it's a freak accident. It's the nature of the beast. It's the wrestling business. It does happen. You know, Paige was not in good health to begin with because of this neck injury. I'm surprised she was cleared to even come back, to be honest. I'm so happy she's back. But if she really is out of action forever, it's heartbreaking. You know, she's the anti-diva. She is someone who really did start this women's revolution alongside Emma. And I just love Paige so much. But if she's going to be out of the Rumble, I think Emma would be fun to bring back because Emma's an amazing athlete. If Paige was in the Rumble, I definitely think she was going to be in the Final Four. I was really hoping for her to win. You know, obviously we don't know 100% if she's going to be able to compete in the Rumble or not. On WWE.com, it still lists her as competing in the Rumble match itself. So as of now, she still is in the Rumble. But that could all change within 24 hours once Raw comes on and we get that announcement if Paige does absolutely have to retire. Absolution is an amazing stable. I think she's still going to be a manager, and I think Absolution's going to do well in the Rumble. Now I have to give it up for the Riot Squad here because I absolutely love Ruby Riott. I'm not the biggest fan of Liv or Sarah Logan, but Ruby Riott is an amazing heel. She's amazing on the mic. She's incredibly underrated, and she's a great fucking wrestler. Ruby Riott is actually my #1 pick to win the Royal Rumble if Paige is unable to compete in the Royal Rumble match. I want Ruby to win because I think Ruby's incredible. She has a very unique, distinct look, and I think she can be an inspiration for girls who don't fit the mold of the everyday, conventional-looking girl. Ruby Riott is my pick to win the Royal Rumble. She is who I want realistically, and I think the Riot Squad is going to definitely dominate the Royal Rumble match. Ultimately, I would have booked Absolution and the Riot Squad to have a stare down, but if Paige cannot be in this Rumble match, I definitely think the Riot Squad are going to definitely run this Rumble for a majority of the match, and then I think Asuka will come in when it's a heel-heavy situation and start eliminating people left and right. But I definitely see the Final Four being Ruby Riott, Asuka, Ronda Rousey, and maybe a return like Trish Stratus or someone like that. Trish definitely deserves that spot because she is a legend. Quite arguably the biggest female name in professional wrestling is Trish Stratus, hands down. Let's call a spade a spade. So that ultimately would be my Final Four, because you need to have someone with a big stable in the Final Four. And if Paige isn't going to be in the Rumble, then I would definitely give that spot to Ruby Riott, who I think is going to start off the Royal Rumble. I would say maybe like a SmackDown girl and a Raw girl, like Sasha Banks and Carmella, something like that, a heel and a face dynamic they usually started off with. And the most eliminations I think is going to go to Nia Jax, because they want to portray her as a dominant force, but I don't think she's going to last that long. I think once if Karma comes in, I think that they will have a face-off and Karma will end up eliminating Nia Jax, and Karma won't last that much longer, but Karma will be in to do the deed. And that's basically my thoughts. I really don't want Ronda to win, even though it's pretty obvious she's going to win. If Asuka wins, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's better than Ronda Rousey winning, but I still really would love either Paige or Ruby Riott to win, because I just think they're really in control of their stables, and they're, you know, Ruby Riott is such a rising star. I would love to see her win. I mean, obviously my first and foremost pick would be Peyton Royce from the Iconic Duo, but I highly doubt an NXT woman is going to win the main roster Women's Royal Rumble. But I'm totally here for it. If she did win, I would go crazy. Absolutely. I also think we're going to see a stare down between Iconic Duo and the Bella Twins heading into, you know, starting off a feud for WrestleMania. I think that would be epic. Obviously, I want Iconic Duo to win because legends, obviously. But yeah, I think the standout women to look out for in this year's Royal Rumble: Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Ruby Riott, Paige if she's in. I would also say Sonya Deville is another dark horse because she's really good. She's not going to win, but I think she's going to last quite long in that Rumble. But if I have to say, I would say maybe Asuka is going to be the Iron Woman to last the longest. All in all, I'm super excited about this Rumble match. I think it's going to be great, and I'm just excited for my favorites in this match. I think those girls are going to go very far. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and follow me on Twitter at ValenaTweets. I love you guys. Bye.